Section 1 talks about the idea of Telangana. So, this Telangana idea, how it evolved. Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4, Unit 5. It only talks about evolution of Telangana, understanding of Telangana from Nizam to Hyderabad state, from Hyderabad state to Andhra Pradesh state. This is discussed in the first section, idea of Telangana. Second is mobilization phase. So again, when we merged into Andhra Pradesh, everything was being dried up. When we merged into Andhra Pradesh, this Telangana concept, this Telangana idea was been dried up. Then again a small mobilization happened, which comes under mobilization phase. From 1971 to 1990, that is mobilization phase. Understanding how the movement for Telangana, how the idea of Telangana, how the aspiration for Telangana re-emerged. And the third section is towards formation of Telangana. This is very, very important. Towards formation of Telangana state is very, very important. We achieved it. If you are preparing for your examination, first attempt, second attempt, third attempt, you got rank in third attempt. People will bother only about third attempt, not about first attempt and second attempt. People will not bother about your struggle of your first attempt and second attempt. People will talk about only about your preparation in your third attempt. In the same way, section C is also important. Why? Because we achieved our target called as Telangana. So section C is very, very important. Most of the questions also will come. For example, in group 2 also, earlier in 2016, when the group 2 examination happened, most of the questions are from section C only. Most of the questions are from section C. So section C is very important. Why? Because we achieved the target. We reached the target. So in that particular target, 5 units are there. In section C, we have 5 units, which talks about re-emergence of Telangana, how again the birth of Telangana with a strong reason, how it evolved, who are responsible for it, means intellectuals, journalists, students, their role before the formation of TRS. We will be doing in unit number 1, before the formation of TRS, before the activities of TRS. Then section C, second unit, mainly focus upon TRS. Section C, unit 2, mainly focus upon TRS and TRS activities. What are the activities of TRS, how they achieved it. But one thing, we have to appreciate him. Compulsory, we have to appreciate KCR. He did lot of resignation. He did lot of resignations, and he is a person who mobilized the people. He is a person who made the Andhra people at least to understand that Telangana process or Telangana movement is again re-emerging. He is a person. Because of his words or because of his skill, because of his mobilization phase. I will tell you one example. This person is a very good marketing person, KCR. That we can understand while we are reading also. How we can understand means, he understood Kottagudam movement, we understood mobilization phase, we understood 1956 phase. Everywhere only elite, intellectuals and urban people were been involved. Hyderabad city has been involved. He understood that for any movement, masses should involve. He understood that for every movement, masses should be there. So he is a person who went into the villages. Money I don't know, but with whose money he gave training also. He selected the youth and he gave training, and this trained youth will be giving lectures in the villages. What is the necessity to have a Telangana? Why we should form Telangana? He gave training. The trained youth also were been so much motivated. They also went and gave the motivation down the line. These all things happened because of his skill. This all happened because of his knowledge. That is 100% true. So the second unit mainly talks about the TRS activities, the activities of TRS, the involvement of TRS, and the third unit mainly talks about KCR. So how this individual is responsible. KCR, Kodandaram, Jaishankar sir, these people are there. These 4 people are involved. And fourth and fifth unit, the procedure. Fourth and fifth unit talks about the procedure of formation of Telangana. So section C is very important. Why? Because we achieved it. In the final, it's a final train, the final journey, how we achieved it. In that process, who helped? In that process, who are responsible? So this is section C, very, very important section. So that section we will be discussing now. Why? Because these points you can add in the economy, these points you can add in your history, these points you can add in your general essay also. And from Monday, you are going to have the quantitative aptitude, quantitative reasoning, as well as data interpretation. very high faculty, good faculty, reputed faculty, the best I want to give it, so he's going to deliver it. So 20 sessions will be there, at a stretch 20 sessions will be there. Every session will be from 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. on daily basis for 3 hours. It will be useful for your CSAT as well. It will be useful for your CSAT as well. Why? Because I told him to go all the topics. Everything should be covered in a procedural way, in a description way, in a described way. For every topic, there should be one description, other should be shortcut. One description, other should be shortcut. So 2 methods should be given for every topic. So it is going to be a very good classes. I am sure about it. You can check in YouTube also his classes if you want. Amarnath is. So section 3, chapter 1. Section 3, chapter 1 mainly talks about intellectual reaction against discrimination. So means what? Public, people, professors, intellectuals, they awakened, they understood the discrimination which is happening for tribal people against aspiration of tribals, aspirations of Telangana people, number 1. Public awakening and intellectual reaction against discrimination, this is the first topic. Formation of civil society organization like Telangana Aikya Vedika, articulation of separate Telangana identity, how we had articulated the Telangana identity. Initial organization raised the issues of separate Telangana. Telangana Information Trust, it actively worked. Telangana Aikya Vedika, Bhuvanagiri Sabha, Telangana Janasabha, Warangal Sabha, Telangana Mahasabha, Warangal Declaration, Telangana Vidyavantula Vedika, efforts of Telangana Congress and BJP in highlighting this issue. Yes, highlighting the issues of Congress and BJP also. Congress was also involved. Why? Because in 2004 elections of UPA, the first political party to place in common minimum program is Sonia Gandhi. In 2004 itself, the Sonia Gandhi had kept in their UPA's common minimum program, that is aspiration of Telangana will be given. So the Congress involvement is also there. BJP involvement is also there. LK Advani told in 2000, when we are giving 3 states, Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand and Jharkhand, we also thought to give Telangana, but Chandrababu Naidu was against us and he was part of NDA government. So because of which we dropped the idea of giving Telangana. If not, we would be giving Telangana also. So BJP is also there, not only TRS, BJP is also there as well as Congress is also there. But why the sentiment is strong for TRS? Because the TRS party has been evolved only for, so logically speaking, the TRS party should fight for Telangana. After getting Telangana, it should be dismantled. They should be dismantled and they should go to their home. Why? Because the target has been reached. Then it became a full-fledged political party. So several organizations are there. We have to remember the organization's name. So when I am giving you the organization's name, write, if you have a running notes, write it, or if you have taken the printout of this PDF, write there itself. So first, Telangana Liberation Student Organization, first organization, again re-emergence. Re-emergence of idea of Telangana, how it happened? By Telangana Liberation Students Organization. 1992. Why? Because mobilization phase is from which time to which time? Mobilization phase is from which time to which time? 1971 to 1990. After 1992, after 1990, then 1992, again we had a strong urge for Telangana. NTR failed. NTR lost. NTR lost because he supported United Andhra Pradesh. Some section of people doesn't want United Andhra Pradesh, so he understood. He banned Naxalism, that he understood. So everyone thought NTR died means United Andhra Pradesh died. NTR died means the support, no support for Naxalism died. So again we can have a support for Naxalism. In that way, the idea of Naxalism as well as the Telangana aspirations both were moving hand in hand. So with the finish or the political death of the NTR, the re-emergence of Telangana came into existence. So some organizations came. The first organization is called as Telangana Liberation Students Organization from Usmania University. A leader emerged from Usmania University. His name is called as Manohar Reddy. This Manohar Reddy started Telangana Liberation Students Organization at Usmania University during the academic year of 1991-1992. There was an agitation to include Prajala Manshi written by Vattikota Alvar Swami in the PG syllabus of Usmania University. They had a demand. Prajala Manshi is a book for Telangana people. This unit should be included in the curriculum of PG syllabus. But the Usmania University Vice Chancellor, Usmania University registrar will all are from Andhra region at that time. So they want to kill the literature of Telangana, they want to kill the literature of culture of Telangana, literature of Telangana. So they don't want to include this unit into the curriculum of PG course of Telugu literature in Usmania University. So this person demanded, we want this unit to be part of curriculum. Vattikota Alvar Swami. During the agitation, Arts College Principal Subhash Reddy and Vice President Mohan Singh were geared. Yielded by the pressure of the students, the authorities included Prajala Manshi novel in the MA correspondence course of Telugu syllabus, of Telugu literature syllabus in the PG. So that was again the victory. Where? In Usmania University. So it became a popular thing that a Telangana subject is present in now Usmania University's PG course. It's an achievement for the Telangana people. The complete syllabus was been isolated from Telangana writers as well as Telangana aspirations. But again, re-emergence happened that for the first time, Prajala Manshi mainly talks about 1956 movement of Telangana. Whether to become the part of Andhra Pradesh or not to become part of Andhra Pradesh. The Prajala Manshi mainly deals about it. So in this context, again, the people got confidence that yes, Telangana is again coming. Why? Because it joined into it became part of curriculum of syllabus of PG. So first is Telangana, we have to remember in classroom only we will remember. Telangana Liberation Students Organization, first achievement is addition of Alvar Swami's book of Prajala Manshi into the PG syllabus. That is the first achievement. When the Padayatra of Jalasadhana Samiti headed by Satyanarayana reached Usmania University, Telangana Liberation Students Organization held a meeting there. There was a widespread agitation in 1992 regarding the local and non-local reservations in college. So there is one particular movement which is happening, Jalasadhana Samiti headed by Satyanarayana, this entered into the Usmania University. This Jalasadhana Samiti people who went into the Usmania University, they got very good support from Telangana Liberation Students Organization. But at the time, parallelly what is happening, there is happening a conflict which is called as in the reservations in the colleges of Telangana state which are under Usmania University, 15% will be for open category, 85% will be for local category. But the authorities, how they made means 15% for open category became 15% for non-locals. Means it became as if like 15% is categorized for whom? Non-locals, that too Andhrites. And 85% is for whom? So, means for example, I will tell you, all India rank 1 who got, all India or in this particular Telangana region, Usmania University entrance examination, whoever got the first rank, a local person got the first rank, he is getting in 85%. Usmania University examination of entrance examination, if he get rank 1 also, he is getting admission in which 85% or 15%? 85%. But it is open, it should go in open. 100 seats are there, top 15 ranks are from Telangana, means that 15 students should be in open category. So remaining 85 students should be from Telangana. So overall should be 100 students from Telangana. But what they did, 15% they demarcated as if it is for non-locals. 15% is not for open, 15% is for non-locals. And in that non-locals also the discrimination, the positive discrimination is towards Andhrites. So in that way, compulsory 15% of the seats were being filled by Andhra people, 85% of the seats were being filled by locals. Again local means in that also fake certificates, migration certificates coming here and settle down, there another 50% are there. So parallelly that agitation was happening when Jalasadhana Samiti came into Usmania University. So this Jalasadhana Samiti people, they understood the injustice not only happened in water, the injustice also happened in admissions under Usmania University, Telangana Liberation Students Organization. Both the locals and non-locals who have secured top ranks will be considered as open category. Even though the Telangana students secured top ranks, they were allotted seats in 85% local quota and the 15% open quota seats were allotted to the non-locals only. Strikes and rallies were organized by the students led by TLSO. This organization protested against the refusal of admissions to degree Telugu medium students in the journalism course. Why? Because the journalism course is only for English medium. Another issue came. Telugu medium students were been not given admission into PG journalism course. Why? Because the PG journalism course is exclusively for English medium students. So parallelly, one after the other issue came into existence. A group of students of this organization went to Delhi from Hyderabad on 15th February 1993 and submitted the petition to the following leaders: Fernandez, Bardhan, Shibu Soren, Jharkhand Movement leader. This organization held a meeting on the formation of small states on 4th and 5th April of 1993 at Osmania University campus. This meeting was attended by a national party leader called as George Fernandez. The government issued an order transferring the Andhra people to Telangana to fill the backlog vacancies in the aided colleges in Telangana area. Means eventually the Telangana Liberation Students Organization is growing. First issue when? Very good. Prajala Manishi. Prajala Manishi need to be added to the PG course. They were reluctant to add, but because of the force of TLSO, they added. Number one. We will remember only point wise. Number one. Number two, Jalasadhana Samiti came. So when Jalasadhana Samiti came to Osmania University, they understood the agitation is happening. But what is analysis? Analysis is that TLSO people understood how much injustice happened in water, and Jalasadhana Samiti also understood how much injustice happened to the students. Second, means they are becoming stronger. Third, 15% reservation in open, 85% reservation in locals. It became what? 15% for non-locals, 85% for locals. Third. Fourth, journalism, PG journalism course is only in English medium but not in Telugu medium. The TLSO started, why you are discriminating Telugu medium students? So the fourth also. So people are joining in it. And with that aspiration they went to Delhi and they met some of the leaders and discussed about the importance of formation of small. I am damn sure I am telling you there will be one essay for you. That essay is, in simple language I am telling you, but the question may be either udhar. Advantages and disadvantages of small states. Advantages and disadvantages of formation of small states. Compulsory this essay will be there in your group 1 now. Why? Because after formation of Telangana, this is the first group 1 in which essay is there. In that essay, what are the advantages and disadvantages of formation of small? Why? Because we have a lot of aspirations. Bundelkhand, Vidarbha, Gorkhaland, Greater Nagalim asking for separate country. So like that, lot of examples are. The government has issued an order transferring. In some of the aided colleges, backlog seats are pending. Backlog posts are pending. Backlog post means who belongs to OBC, which belongs to SC, which belongs to ST. It should be filled by SC, it should be filled by ST, it should be filled by OBC only. But the problem in Telangana is that essential qualifications which are necessary to become the lecturer in aided college, that qualification or qualified person is unavailable. The government told that we cannot keep vacant the government posts vacant for long time, that too in education sector. So I am calling the SC, ST, OBC who are in Andhra, they will come and they will do the job. Government stand is correct only. Government is telling that, but unavailability of the candidate is making me to search for a candidate from Andhra region. But TLSO is telling that whatever it may be, the backlog seats need to be filled by our own backward people, but not by the backward people of. Manohar Reddy observed hunger strike against these orders in 1994. Surrendered by the hunger strike, the government stopped the orders. When his demand was met, Manohar Reddy withdrew his hunger strike by drinking the juice given by the Registrar of Osmania University, Sondar Rajan. This organization was started for the rights of Telangana students, but in the course of time, it highlighted the overall discrimination faced by the Telangana community. In that way, TLSO was very successful as an initial organization, as the beginning organization to put forefront the Telangana issues. One organization, only points we will remember. First point, Prajala Manishi, Alvar, Vattikota Alvar Swami is book into the PG course. Second, Jalasadhana Samiti. Third, 15%, 18.5%. Only words we will remember. 15%, 85%. Next, journalism. English medium, Telugu medium, journalism. Next, went to Delhi. Next, fifth, went to Delhi. Sixth, they conducted a meeting in Osmania University. Fifth is they went to Delhi. Sixth, they conducted a meeting in Osmania University. And who attended? George Fernandez attended. Sixth. Next, Backlog posts will be filled by the Andhrites, by backward communities, which was been rejected by the TLSO, and they went on to agitation, and Manohar Reddy went for hunger strike. Then the Usmania government had taken back its step. Then one person, registrar, had gave him the juice, leave it, but he came out of the hunger strike. How many issues are there with respect to TLSO? So the organization which formed for the Usmania University students became a larger organization which had discussed about the larger Telangana issues. Hence the emergence of Telangana issues became because of TLSO, Telangana Liberation Students Organization. Second, a meeting is been conducted, Nizamabad. A meeting was been conducted, TLSO. The meeting was been conducted at Nizamabad, which is called as Nizamabad. A meeting was organized by the leaders of people's organizations on 27th October 1996 at Nizamabad, demanding the creation of Telangana state. Important leaders who attended these meetings were, see, we are not discussing all the meetings. Some important meetings will happen where some resolutions, some declarations were being made, and the people very serious about that meetings. The people are very serious about the declarations. Like one among them is Nizamabad meeting. Why? Because the attendees are Kaloji Narayan Rao, Jaishankar, Konda Lakshman Bapuji, Bhupati Krishnamurthy, Gaddar, Raghuveera. So big leaders. The leaders who were present in 1969 movement, those same leaders are present in this particular Nizamabad meeting. This meeting passed a resolution. Creation of Telangana state was the only solution to the problems of Telangana region. So in the Nizamabad meeting, what is the declaration came out? The only solution for the problems faced by the Telangana is formation of, if you give package, no. If you give projects, no. If you give any political power also, no. So only solution under this Nizamabad meeting is formation of Telangana. Warangal meeting happened. Meetings one by one. Warangal meeting, 23rd January 1994. Telangana Praja Samiti Organization, TPS. Telangana Praja Samiti Organization organized a meeting at Hyderabad demanding for separate Telangana. At this meeting, the injustice done to Telangana region in various sectors was released in the form of book on 1st November 1996. See, understand, first meeting happened in 1994. On this, they thought that we will be having a meeting in Warangal, and that meeting happened on 1st November. So the TPS, which conducted a meeting in 1994, they understood that we need to more in the places, in different places, not only in Hyderabad. The meetings need to be conducted not only in Hyderabad, but also in district headquarters like Nizamabad, Warangal, Karimnagar, etc. On that lines, they conducted a meeting in Telangana Praja Samiti organized a meeting at Hyderabad demanding for separate Telangana. At this Hyderabad meeting, the injustice done to Telangana region in various sectors were released in the form of book. On 1st November 1996, a protest meeting was held at Mughalaya Hall in Warangal under the guidance of Bhupati Krishnamurthy, Jaishankar Sir, Kaloji Narayan Rao, Justice Madhava Reddy and Keshavarao Jadhav. The discrimination faced by Telangana in various sectors was discussed in this meeting. This meeting strongly highlighted the aspirations of Telangana people. In this Hyderabad meeting, they came to a conclusion that we will be conducting the meetings in district headquarters. Eventually, they conducted in Nizamabad 27th November 1996. They conducted 1st November 1996 chronologically. So first meeting was they got in 1994, but implementation happened from 1996. So first meeting was Nizamabad and the second meeting was at Mughalaya Hall. So first TLSO, second Nizamabad meeting, third Warangal meeting. Telangana Udyama Vedika or Telangana Udyama Vedikalu. One Vedika, plural Vedikalu. Telangana Revolution platforms. Different platforms. Warangal became one center, Nizamabad became one center, Karimnagar became one center. So different centers, different platforms were being created. Many Telangana activists founded many agitation forums with different names to strengthen the Telangana movement. Those all are Telangana Chaitanya Vedika at Medak, Telangana Udyama Vedika at Mahabub Nagar, Telangana Porata Vedika at Nalgonda, Telangana Praja Vedika at Rangareddy. Sir, I have to write answer for which question, sir? The question will be write about the role of intellectuals as well as the leaders who started the re-emergence of Telangana movement in 1990s. For that question, this is the answer. First is TLSO, నిజామాబాద్ మీటింగ్, వరంగల్ మీటింగ్, తెలంగాణ ఉద్యమ వేదికలు. తెలంగాణ ఉద్యమ వేదికల్లో ఏమేమి ఉన్నాయి? ఒకటేమో తెలంగాణ చైతన్య వేదిక, తెలంగాణ ఉద్యమ వేదిక, తెలంగాణ పోరాట వేదిక అండ్ తెలంగాణ ప్రజా వేదిక. ఇన్ డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ హెడ్ క్వార్టర్స్. డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ హెడ్ క్వార్టర్స్ ఆర్ నాట్ మెదక్, మహబూబ్ నగర్, నల్గొండ, రంగారెడ్డి. వేర్ దే ప్లాన్డ్ దట్ దే విల్ బీ కండక్టింగ్ దిస్, దే ప్లాన్డ్ ఇన్ Hyderabad in 1994. They eventually in 1996 they conducted Nizamabad, they conducted it Warangal. But these are not that much popular, no? Medak, Mahbub Nagar, these are not that much strong centers. So individually they started having Vedikas, platforms. Okati Medika, okati Medak, okati Mahbub Nagar, okati Nalgonda, inkoti Rangan. Center for Telangana Studies, CTS. The intellectuals came together. Center for Telangana Studies, intellectuals came together. Mini cinema and other media organizations, Andhra, were owned by non-Telangana people. So obviously they will act against Telangana. So they were acting against separate Telangana. We discussed in section B. Newspapers belongs to them, media belongs to them, name by name. You have to remember, you can write here also again. Contractors, distributors, industries, construction companies, real estate companies. At this juncture, the leaders of various Telangana People's Forum tried to activate the people of Telangana by disclosing the facts to the world, that in this way we got discrimination. These are the forums where we got discrimination. It might be in funds, it might be in employment, it might be in students' admissions. Everywhere we got discrimination. So this is a forum, this is a platform for intellectuals to discuss scientifically where all we lost in United Andhra Pradesh. And this was not focused locally, this was focused internationally. At different forums, like they went up to America, they went to New York, they also responsible to print in New York Times magazines. Center for Telangana Studies. The Center for Telangana Studies is widespread, not in Telangana, but in across the world. Center for Telangana Study was established Usmania University, Jaishankar sir, Deputy Chairman Keshav Rao Jadhav, General Secretary Simhadri, Treasurer PSL Vishweshwar Rao. But in examination you remember only Chairman. Other members are Kodanda Ram Reddy, Kanchi Ailayya, very famous Kanchi Ailayya. He's an SC activist, scheduled caste activist. Janardhan Rao, Ganta Chakrapani, waste fellow, Ganta Chakrapani. TSPSC first chairman, not a single notification, and he justified also. The shame on him if he's recorded, let him listen. Ganta Chakrapani, he justified that yes, we are not giving notifications. Why? Because the government know when to give it. He is a person, everyone believed that Ganta Chakrapani, as if people believed him, that if KCR is not giving the notification, he will force the KCR to give the notifications. But he was also dumb. Ganta Chakrapani, Mallapelli Lakshmaya, Gadi, the main objective of this was to collect and publish the details of Telangana and bringing them to the notice of government and the center for, means intellectuals were been there. The problem what happened with Telangana is, after formation of Telangana, the people changed. Last 15 days I was making this content. When I am reading, I started appreciating KCR. He's intellectual, 100% intellectual, a proper marketing person, proper promotion. See, 600 cars sending a rally to Delhi when not in position. Cars, whose cars? 600 cars, number one. Whose petrol or diesel? Number two. Who are the people traveling? Simply they will not travel. So it's a huge expenditure, very, very huge expenditure. Total country was focusing, 600 cars are coming from where? Means the 600 cars are coming from Hyderabad. Why so? The huge achievement happened. People also, his followers who are in KC, in TRS party, the members, if he tell them to resign, they used to resign. Except Santosh Rao. Everyone resigned. How many times he asked, those many times he resigned. What the KCR did wrong mistake. Ital Rajendra also was a loyal person, not to Telangana, but to KCR. We have to appreciate him. But the people had changed after the success. This is the truth. The main objective was to collect the information with respect to discrimination which happened by the government, by the United Andhra Pradesh, was been telecasted and information was given to the rest of the world. By which organization? Center for Telangana. Telangana Pragati Vedika, Telangana Progressive Forums. These are all the forums. Telangana Pragati Vedika. Why KCR is Great, because see, this many forums are, every individual forum, every individual platform, every individual, no, I will only create one, and he created one forum, one platform. He is a person who brought all this into one joint action committee. These all Vedikas at one particular point of time, they got dispersed. They themselves cancelled. And only one particular Vedika came into existence, which is called as joint action committee. And he know that if he will be the president, people will doubt him. And he kept for some time Jaishankar, then he kept for some time Kodandaram. So bringing all these Vedikas at one particular point is very tough. Ale Narendra is another person. Ale Narendra was really a tiger. Himayatnagar constituency. Ale Narendra is really a tiger. From his childhood, he was a very ardent, he and his family, mainly father, RSS people, strong RSS people. When KCR was not into the politics, he won 3 times MLA in Himayatnagar constituency. He was the only hope for BJP in Telangana part of Andhra Pradesh. He was the only hope. And the complete Hyderabad was being obeyed, was being disciplined to him. In 2000, when they gave Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand and Jharkhand, he asked Ale Narendra, Minister of State for Home Affairs he was at that time. Being a minister, he asked, you told you will be giving Telangana. No, we are not going to give. Why? Because if I give Telangana, the total government will collapse. Why? Because TDP is against it. Minister of State for Home Affairs, he resigned. And he formed a Telangana Sadhana Samiti, a political party. And in 2000, he formed a separate political party, a strong leader at that time, more than KCR. Why? Because Hyderabad support is there. Then 2001, KCR intellectual, he told you, destroy Telangana Sadhana Samiti and come and merge into TRS. We both will run the show. And they run the show. 2001 Telangana formed, TRS formed, and 2002 it merged into. 2004 he was been removed. He was been suspended from TRS on allegations of corruption. But he was been thrown out. Why? Because he is becoming popular. But still the greatness is when he removed him, Ale Narendra also could not do anything to the KCR by the time he consolidated his empire. The problem with KCR is intellectual but not genuine. Intellectual with absence of genuinity is a very dangerous human being. Very rare combination, intellectual with non-genuinity. That both are there in him. So he is growing, but at the same time, Telangana Pragati Vedika, Telangana Progressive Forum, Telangana Pragati Vedika, Telangana Progressive Forum, 1997, chronologically. A 2-day conference was held at Hyderabad, headed by Rapolla Anand Bhaskar, to discuss the problems of Telangana. After this conference, Telangana Pragati Vedika was founded by Rapolla Anand Bhaskar on 13th July. Rapolla Anand Bhaskar had formed this progressive forum in 1997. It organized many meetings in many towns of Telangana and tried to spread the movement for Telangana. It conducted many awareness programs by announcing the festival days of Batkamma as the days of protection of Telangana culture. After the formation of Telangana Aikya Vedika, Telangana Pragati Vedika acted as an associated organization of Telangana Aikya Vedika. What is this? So this all organization came together and merged first into one organization which is called as Telangana Aikya Vedika. Then the same organization became Joint Action Committee later. So this Telangana Pragati Vedika, which is formed by whom? Of Anand Bhaskar. What he did? Not so much big thing. He created awareness. He made the people to remember about Batkamma festival in order to protect the Telangana culture. He created awareness. He conducted meetings among the town. So the people awareness increased because of this particular organization called as Telangana Progressive Forum. Now tell me, what is first? Telangana Liberation Students Organization. Number 2, Nizamabad meeting. Number 3, Warangal meeting. 4th, Telangana Udyama Vedikalu, in which there are 4 Vedikas are there. One is Mahabubnagar, Medak, Nalgonda, and another is Rangareddy. What are the names? Chaitanya Vedika of Medak, number 2. Udyama Vedika of Nalgonda. Porata Vedika of Nalgonda. And Mahabubnagar is Udyama Vedika. And finally Rangareddy is Center for Telangana Studies. Center for Telangana Studies. It's an intellectual organization. Mainly Jaishankar is the chairman. It mainly spread about the injustice and discrimination happened to Telangana across the world. Center for Telangana Studies. 6th, Telangana Pragati Vedika. Telangana Progressive Forum, Telangana Studies Forum. In 1998, with the sole objective of formation of Telangana, Gadi Ainaya, Nirmala, Pittala Sriselam played an active role in the formation of Telangana Studies Forum. Chairman is Gadi Ainaya. Vice Chairman is Pittala Srisailam. This forum printed and circulated many pamphlets and books on the problems faced by the Telangana and continued its struggle till the formation of Telangana Rashtra Samiti. Continued its struggle till the formation of Telangana Rashtra. Now it is going to become what? People thinking, not became. They are thinking that TRS is going to become Bharatiya Rashtra Samiti. Why? Because you want to go national. Telangana, Gadi Ainaya. In one movie, his book will be there. Can anyone tell me? One movie, Rajinikanth, in jail, he will be doing exercise. At the time, he will be reading one book and he will close and he will come. At the time, he will be reading the book. You have to notice, you have to understand each and every part. In that, author name will be there, Gadi Ainaya. Mainly talks about Dalits. His main concentration on Dalits emancipation. His books are mainly against casteism. That book which Rajinikanth is reading, he didn't read it. Someone might give and read this. Gadi Ainaya, very popular. When in HCU, when Rohit Vemula was being killed, he was the person who was vocal and he is the person who took the issue at the national level. Gadi Ainaya. Recently he died. Telangana Studies Forum. Manjeera Writers Association. Manjeera Writers Association. The poets and artists played an important role in the Telangana movement. On 20th November 1996, a meeting was organized in Siddipet by these writers, artists and Manjeera Writers Association. Then started a movement in the minds of Telangana intellectuals. Meetings and discussions were organized in all the districts of Telangana region. It is mainly of writers, authors. Manjeera Writers Association. They started writing pamphlets, they started writing books, they started writing content about discrimination faced by the Telangana. Manjeera's Writers Association, Telangana Studies Forum, Center for Telangana Studies and Telangana Pragati, Forum for Freedom of Expression meeting. 1st November 1997, a meeting was held at theatre near Muzamzahi Market with a name called as Forum for Freedom of Expression. This meeting was held to condemn the encounter of journalist Gulan Rasul Khan. During this meeting, it was totally accepted by the participants that only with the formation of separate state of Telangana, all the violence in the name of encounters would come to an end. He was been branded as Naxalite and he was been killed. It was during this meeting Gaddar recited the famous song. It was during this meeting, which is Forum for Freedom of Expression, Amma Telanganamma Akali Kekala Ganamma, for the first time was being sung. Really, it's a very good song. Is at this particular meeting called as Forum for Freedom of Expression. 2016 Group 2 question this is. For the first time, the Gaddar famous song Telangana, Amma Telangana Amma song was being sung at where? At a Forum for Freedom of Expression. It mobilized the people. Today also people will be vibrated by listening to this song. Gaddar participation is also, that is the importance of artists, you know. Artists, literatures, they really influence the people. This person, by his song, he influenced the people. Gadi Ainaya collected the information from various government departments and published a book on the injustice done on Telangana. That book was named as Daga Padda Telangana and was released at this meeting. In this meeting, a decision was made to organize a meeting at Bhuvanagiri on 8th March 1997, which is called as Forum for Freedom of Expression. Forum for Freedom of Expression. Why it is important? Why we are discussing about it? Muslim was the chairperson of this meeting and they condemned the encounter of Rasul Khan. And in that meeting, which happened in Muzamzahi in Old City, they came up with a declaration that Telangana is the only solution. And the other famous thing which came out is the Gaddar. For the first time, the vibrant song was being sung in this particular Siddipeta conference. They want to have a Bhuvanagiri conference at Bhuvanagiri, but before Bhuvanagiri, they had one Siddipet conference, then they have Bhuvanagiri conference. Siddipet conference. Siddipet earlier belongs to which district? August 1997, writers and employees organized a conference on Telangana in Siddipet town. It was during this meeting the song written by Nandini Siddha Reddy, again, Nageti Salalla Na Telangana. This is also a very good song. We have to write this in our answers. Why? Because these songs today also popular. These songs today also people come together. Mobilization songs was first recited in this Siddipet conference. From 1990 to 1997, many meetings and conferences were organized in many towns and cities of Telangana region to spread the ideology of Telangana. One such is Siddipeta conference. Why we discussed about it? Because of this Nandini Siddhareddy song called as Nageti Salalla. Role of youth in Telangana movement during 1990s. Bhuvanagiri meeting will come, again Warangal declaration will come. Role of youth of Telangana in 1990s. What is this? Up to now we discussed about role of associations, role of intellectuals, where in the third phase, where at the formation of Telangana, re-emergence of Telangana movement. First one is TLSO, second is Nizamabad meeting, third is Warangal meeting, fourth is Telangana Vedika, Center for Telangana Studies. Next, Uddama Vedikalu, very good Krishna Chaitanya, Uddama Vedikalu, Telangana Pragati Vedika. Next, Forum for Studies. Next, Freedom of Expression of Forum for Freedom of Expression. Forum for Freedom of Expression. Next, Manjira Writers Association. Next, you have to remember the side headings. First, remember side headings. If you remember the side headings, 70% of your answer is completed. 70%. Then important points. Again, for everyone, for every association or every conference or every meeting, one point. For example, Siddipeta, Nandini Siddhareddy song, freedom of expression. Like that, every meeting had some uniqueness. That unique point you have to remember. Role of youth in Telangana movement during 1990. What are the role of youth during 1990s? During the period of 1996-1997, Telangana youth played a distinctive role in spreading the separate Telangana slogan. Pranay Bhaskar, a Telugu Desam legislature, we should appreciate him also. Pranay Bhaskar, Vinay Bhaskar, both are there in Warangal. Pranay Bhaskar, Vinay Bhaskar. Gangsters once upon a time. Gangsters first joined TDP, then they next join into TRS, but however, original gangsters will be in Congress again. Pranay Bhaskar, but he did something to Telangana. A Telugu Desam legislature from Warangal tried to bring to the notice of the Legislative Assembly the injustice done to the Telangana region. Yanamala Ramakrishna told that, Yanamala Ramakrishna, Speaker of United Andhra Pradesh, Yanamala Ramakrishna, he told, don't use the word called as Telangana, there is nothing called as Telangana, use it as a backward area. Yanamala Ramakrishna, who was the Honorable Speaker of Andhra Pradesh, had given a ruling that they should not use the word Telangana, instead they should use the word called as backward region. Why? Because when they use the word Telangana, Andhra people are getting irritated and Telangana people are getting mobilized. Offended by the ruling, Pranay Bhaskar resigned to the assembly, but his well-wisher asked him not to resign. Why? Because if you are into the legislature, then only you can demand for the justice for Telangana. He could raise his voice effectively against the injustice done to Telangana only with his presence in assembly, so he withdrew this ruling the sentiment of the youth of Telangana, who already felt they lost their jobs, education, water, funds, etc. in the United State of Andhra Pradesh. So first youth, we are at the time his age is 32 years. Pranay Bhaskar. Pranay Bhaskar is one particular person. Have done extensive research and found the injustice done to Telangana every sector and printed them in the form of books. The important book among them was one written by Gadi Ainaya, Dagapadda Telangana, Sankshippa Vivaralu. He is also somewhere around 45 years at that time, 1990. Pranay Bhaskar, Gadi Ainaya, meeting of the intellectuals. When the central government showed some positive response toward the formation of smaller states, Telangana intellectuals felt they can attain a separate Telangana, so they organized many meetings throughout the Telangana region in 1996. Public meetings were organized at Vivekavardhani College grounds at Hyderabad and Nizamabad. Intellectuals who addressed these meetings were Jaishankar, Kaloji Narayan Rao, Bhupati Krishnamurthy, Konda Lakshman Bapuji. This famous people's poet who stressed the importance of Telangana with his songs is Gaddar. These are all the peoples, they were been participating, young people only. Jaishankar at that time, 1995, his age is somewhere around 45 to 50 only. Up to 50 we can call them as youth. Up to 50 we can call them as young people. Kodandaram, you can guess, now he is 60, means at that time he might be somewhere around 38 or 40. Role of youth, mainly Pranay Bhaskar, Gadi Ainaya, and role of intellectuals, mainly Jaishankar, Kaloji Narayan Rao, etc. Why they got idea that there is a chance of getting smaller states? Because in 1996 election manifesto of BJP government, they told that we are for smaller states. At the time, it promised Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand and Jharkhand. They formed government for 13 days. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, first he was a Prime Minister for 13 days. With a large coalition, nearly 36 political parties came together to form one government. For 13 days, they collapsed. Then I.K. Gujral for some time, then Devagowda for some time. Again, 1999, Atal Bihari Vajpayee formed the government and they gave the three promises: Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand and Jharkhand. They promised Telangana also, but because of TDP, they withdrawn it. A prolonged discussion in the assembly on Telangana. One day, what happened? A prolonged discussion on Telangana happened. See, TDP was very powerful. TDP was very powerful 1997, before 1997 when NTR was been there, when Chandrababu Naidu is there. Chandrababu Naidu really is responsible for high-tech city. He is responsible for Abdul Kalam becoming the president of India. He is the person who proposed Abdul Kalam. He is the person who mobilized the support for Abdul Kalam, Chandrababu Naidu. Till 2004, he is the main person, main supporter of NDA government. Whatever is happening in the NDA government, with his permission only. He was present in almost all the cabinet meetings, he or his supporters. 2004 to 2009 also. 2004 to 2009 it is Congress, 2009 to 2014 it is again Congress. He lost from 2004 to 2014, but he won in Andhra Pradesh from 2014 to 2019. But he lost now. When really it's true, when a person will become powerless, power is nothing but it can be money, it can be anything, not only money, powerless. Everyone will talk about that person. 2 days back, Mohan Babu is speaking against Chandrababu Naidu. Where Mohan Babu, where Chandrababu Naidu? Chandrababu Naidu was really, he's an intellectual. A prolonged discussion in the assembly in February 1997, a prolonged discussion took place in Assembly of Andhra Pradesh on the Telangana issue. A member of Assembly, Jeevan Reddy, pointed at the government by explaining each and every injustice done and done to Telangana with facts and figures. The other members also with the opposition questioned the government on injustice done to Telangana. At the end of discussion, Chandrababu gave confusing answers and concluded the discussion by saying, Jai Telugudesham, Jai Telugudesham, Jai Hind. So why I am talking about this for the first time? After 1990, a prolonged discussion on Telangana happened in 1997. For the first time, a prolonged, up to 3 hours. 3 hours is a very huge time. A 3 hours discussion in assembly is a very big time. But finally, the confusing answer was been given by Chandrababu Naidu by saying Jai Telugudesham and Jai Hind. Telugudesham means Andhra Pradesh. Telugudesham is nothing but Andhra Pradesh. Like Gond Desh for Gond tribal population, for Telugu speaking people, Telugudesham means Andhra Pradesh. Mallepalli Rajam Trust, one trust was being formed which is called as Mallepalli Rajam Trust. Mallepalli Lakshmaya organized a commemorating meeting in memory of his uncle Mallepalli Rajam every year on Sankranti Day, his native place at Jangam. He organized this meeting along with Jaishankar sir. In this meeting, Jaishankar spoke about what is happening in Telangana. Recognizing the need of motivating book for the movement, Mallepalli Lakshmaya prepared a book with the complete speech of Jaishankar sir named Telangana Lo Em Jarugutundi on the speech given by Jaishankar. This book was released at a meeting held on Telangana issue at Ashoka Theatre, Hyderabad in January. This book played an important role in spreading the ideology of Telangana. The book name is called as Telangana Lo Em Jarugutundi, was been written by Mallepalli Lakshmaya on the topic which was been given speech by Jaishankar, which is called as what is happening in. That is the reason we discussed about Mallepalli Rajam Trust. At this trust, a meeting was been held in which Jaishankar had been discussed about a topic, and that became very popular, and that popular is responsible for aspiring the youth. Students, role in Telangana. Pranay Bhaskar, Gadi Ainaya. Vinay Bhaskar is different, his brother is Vinay Bhaskar. Gadi Ainaya. Next who? Intellectuals. Who in that intellectuals who we discussed? Jaishankar, Kaloji, Narayan Rao, these were all been part of it. Next what we discussed? Prolonged discussion in the assembly. Then what we have? Mallepalli Rajam Trust, in which it's not about the trust, it's not about the Rajam, it's about Jaishankar sir's book called as Telangana Lo Em Jarugutundi, which is written by Mallepalli. Formation of civil society organization. This will be very, very important. Formation of civil society organization. What are civil society organizations? For any movement, for any country, for any movement, civil society organizations are very important. They will become the heart and soul. RTI came into existence, Right to Information, because of Rashtriya Kisan Mazdoor Sangh. They not only participate in agriculture issues, they also participate in general issues also. Lokpal came into existence because of a civil society organization called as IAC, India Against Corruption. So for any organization or for any revolution, civil society organizations are most important. Why? Because civil society is nothing but civilians, local people, local public. Civilians are local people and local public. If local means civil, if civil society organizations are participating, means then that organizations are very, that means that particular the civil society organization which formed and working for a movement, means that movement will become more active. Why? Because the civil society participation is active. Means I want to tell you that any movement, if it is supported by civil society organizations, that movement will become a win. That movement will become a success. So civil society are nothing but it can be a NGO, it can be a pressure group, it can be a union, it can be a charitable trust also. This all together is called a civil society organization, where non-government people will be present in that, who are none other than civilians. For Telangana also, the contribution of civil society organizations are most important. So what are the civil society organizations which are responsible for aspiring Telangana state in 1990 to 2000, or till the formation of Telangana Rashtriya Samiti? Once the TRS has been formed, everything became one-sided. That is true. Once the TRS has been formed, everything became one-sided. Civil society organizations. Now everyone are thinking, my understanding, my analysis, now everyone is thinking that there is a conflict between TRS and BJP. I don't believe that. I believe it is a conflict between the KCR and BJP. This is one man's skill, one man's knowledge, one man's intellectual with complete BJP ideology. It's not with Narendra Modi. Narendra Modi is not that much skilled as if KCR. KCR intellectual, KCR skills, KCR behavior, KCR attitude with BJP ideology. So why Murmu became the president? Because it's the BJP. But this person was very strong. He single person, he got a support for Yashwant Sinha. Formation of civil society organizations. Telangana people wanted to end the exploitation of capitalists and Andhra administrators to preserve the self-sufficiency and economy of. So in that we want the support of civil society. Why? Because we know discrimination, exploitation from capitalists, from Andhra people. Telangana is becoming dried up. The Telangana is becoming deficient. So whose support? We got support of students, we got support of intellectuals. But what is missing? Common public. Civil society organization support is missing. Public are not participating. Masses are not participating. Civil society organizations are not participating. When Sakala Janula Samme happened, everyone participated. Everyone participated. When Samme is there, whether on the bus stand also, people were being interviewed. Are you are not struggling? Means let me struggle, no problem. Only for 2 days. No, everyone answered it. You are how much time you are waiting? I am waiting here on the bus stop for 4 days, for 4 hours. Bus might not come for another 2. No problem. We will participate in some way. Means the civil society participated, masses participated, civil society participated. So there is no other way. As a part of this, the demand for separate Telangana came to the force. Intellectuals, poets, artists, teachers, along with the support of public, formed as civil society organization. Once again demanded for separate state of Telangana. Not only intellectuals, not only the students, common public, general public, masses also started demanding for Telangana state, separate Telangana state. Among all the civil societies, 28 were been important, 29 were been important, all these 29, here 29, all these 29 important civil societies which were operating from different places of Telangana combined to form Telangana Aikya Vedika. So now this civil society organizations formed what? Telangana Aikya Vedika. So Telangana Aikya Vedika is a Vedika for the civil society organizations. They came onto one platform. Means no self-interest, no leadership, no credit. See, when we accumulate, we will not get the credit. When one group is there, then they will be getting the credit. So in spite of the credit, in spite of leadership, in spite of ego, this all organization came together only for one objective, which is called as formation of Telangana by the title called as Telangana Aikya, Telangana United Forum. Telangana United Forum. Telangana Aikya Vedika played an important role in spreading the ideology of Telangana. In that, one civil society organization is Telangana Information Trust. Telangana Information Trust. Telangana Information Trust. this Telangana Information Trust in 1987. Telangana conference was held at Basant Takis, Kachiguda in Hyderabad. Famous personality like Kaloji Narayan Rao, Jaishankar, Natyakala Prabhakar, Keshavrao Jadhav, E.V. Padmanabham, Kodandaram, Nandini Siddhareddy and many others attended this meeting. In this meeting, an aspiration to disclose the injustice done to Telangana through an organization was expressed by the speakers. In response to this, Telangana Information Trust was founded under the guidance of Telangana Prabhakar, and the members of this trust were Keshavrao Jadhav, Jaishankar, Prabhakar Rao and Harinath. See, repeatedly these names we are listening. Repeatedly means these are actively involved. Everywhere they are present. They are not getting any income. See, when we join any civil society organization, we will not get any income. Means genuinely they were been working. We are listening. So initial momentum was been given by these people, Keshavrao Jadhav, Kaloji Narayan Rao, Kodandaram. But our graduates are so much fools. In graduate elections of Warangal, keep aside Teenmar Mallana, keep aside this person who is the winner. Now he is Agriculture Coordination Committee Chairman. What is his name? Warangal, TRS. Palla Rajeshwar Rao. He is not at all involved in Telangana movement. He is not involved till 2020 also. Kodandaram was one of the participants who is present in everywhere. Leave about the general public. Graduates should know about it, no? Graduates should know about that. This is the reason we have to read about Telangana movement. But the problem is the Telangana movement in the section C, it is one-sided. Telangana movement in section C from unit 2, it is one-sided. But the teacher like me will be dealing neutral. It will be not like a judge. Not here, not this side. వినపడినట్టు కాకుండా అందరికీ న్యాయం జరిగేలాగా కేశవరావు జాదవ్, జయశంకర్ సార్, and these are the people. Telangana Information Trust. Objectives of this trust. Which trust? Telangana Information Trust. Research on the injustice done to Telangana. Printing and circulation of the reports related to the injustice. Publications of this trust. SRC report, government documents, gentleman agreement, GO number 36, 1916 all party agreement, journals of this trust was called as Ma Telangana Patrika. They didn't give anything new. What they showed? See, read SRC report. They told that, actual SRC report told that, yes, you can join Andhra as well as Telangana for 10 years. This is the original report. States Reorganization Commission 1953 report told that yes, you can combine Andhra Pradesh and Telangana to form United Andhra Pradesh, but however for 10 years. In this 10 years, in any contest, if Telangana is unhappy because of becoming part of Andhra Pradesh, they can be divided. This report they showed. Government document they showed how many projects were being constructed, how many projects were not constructed. Gentleman agreement were being issued. 1956 when the chief minister is from Andhra region, then the deputy CM should be from the very first point was been violated. GO number 36 was been not implemented till date. In GO number 36 they told that all the employees of Telangana region who are from Andhra should go back, but not a single time it got implemented. 1969 all party agreement also discussed about formation of Telangana state in very nearer time. This is also not implemented, and this all were been printed in one particular book called as Ma Telangana Patrika. Means the duty of see, if you are attending the class means nothing but information. If you are going for classes anywhere means nothing but information, data. The data is very important. The people doesn't have the data. The people doesn't have the information. So they thought that first I have to pump. When I pump information, then I ask them to fight, they will fight. If you don't give the information and if I tell them to fight, who will fight? Why? Because there is lacunae in information. So this Telangana Information Trust is very important. Why? Because freely they distributed these books called as Ma Telangana Patrika, in which the document summaries were being present. So the information was being pumped into the public. Then the public will understand, oh, this is the level of discrimination, this is the level of injustice we happen to. Ma Telangana Patrika was released at Basant Takis, Kachiguda on 13th August 1989. 7 editions of this journal were released. Special editions of Ma Telangana Patrika, 1989 at the time of contest of NTR from Kalvakurti, 1997 at the time starting of the first phase of the movement, 2001 at the formation of TRS. 3 times they formed this Ma Telangana Patrika and they distributed freely to the public about the information which is happening in Telangana. 3 times. When NTR was been contesting, why? See the year. 1984 to 1989, 5 years he was the chief minister. Again he was contesting. So people told, don't vote for him. If we vote, the Telangana aspiration will die. So what they printed? Ma Telangana Patrika. In 1997, again the movement is coming up. Resurgence of movement is happening. So again they printed it. 2001, when the politics entered, TRS party formed, then again the book published by this trust on the exploitation of Telangana in 1998 was Perspective on Telangana. In this way, the contribution of Telangana Information Trust in spreading the ideology of Telangana was unforgettable. Compulsory in your general essay, you can get a question on data protection. Nowadays, the issue is about data protection. Information is also a data. In that one paragraph, you can write about the Telangana Information Trust, which is providing data to the public. When the data is provided to the public, then the public will agitate. Without the data, the people will not agitate. So the data is very important. It is proven by the trust called as how you link is important. It's not about reading the content. How you link one topic with another topic, one subject with other subject is very important. Telangana Information Trust. It's important or not? See, when information should be given, at that time they gave the information. 1989 they gave I think because of this only he lost. 1997 information given. 2001 this information helped TRS. Telangana Aikya Vedika. What is this? The combination of all the civil society organizations is called as Telangana Aikya Vedika. Telangana United Forum. Telangana Aikya Vedika. Telangana United Forum. Intellectuals of Telangana held a conference on regional imbalances, development alternatives at Usmania University on 14th to 15th August 1997 under the leadership of Jaishankar, Vishweshwar Rao, Simhadri, Akleshwari and others. See, everywhere this man is present. Means almost all the places he was spreading the information. But the bad luck is after the formation of Telangana, he died. Telangana activists presented the injustice done to Telangana in the form of research papers at these meetings. In the later period, these papers were released as a collection named Telangana Development Under Dimensions, edited by Jaishankar Sir and Vishweshwar Rao. The formation of Telangana Aikya Vedika took place on 16th November 1997 with the combined partnership of various people's organizations in a new method. Telangana Aikya Vedika was formed with sole objective of achievement of Telangana state. A paper announcement was released on 16th October 1997 declaring the formation of Telangana Aikya Vedika headed by Jaishankar. In the beginning, its office was located at Suprabhat Complex, Kachiguda. Later, Konda Lakshman Bapuji's Jaladrishyam was being given for this particular meeting as an office. Later, Konda Lakshman Bapuji allotted room at his residence Jaladrishyam for the office of Telangana Aikya Vedika. So, the office was moved from Kachiguda to the Jaladrishyam. Then all the meetings were been happening in Jaladrishyam. Then what Chandrababu Naidu did, you know? Then Chandrababu Naidu understood that, oh, the place of meeting is Jaladrishyam, it is near Tangband. So there is a Jaladrishyam, the house of Konda Lakshman Bapuji. So this is becoming the center. He told that it is government's land. On the government's land you constructed the house and the government took the land. Chandrababu Naidu, that much intellectual. So the Telangana Aikya Vedika, the first center is, the office is located at Kachiguda but shifted to Jaladrishyam. Mainly it is a combination of all the intellectuals, it's the combination of students, it's the combination of civil society organization, and it is headed by whom? Telangana Aikya Vedika, United Forum. Telangana United Forum. Laterally was organized by Telangana Aikya Vedika on 1st November from Nizam College to Clock Tower, Secunderabad. Telangana Journal under the guidance of Telangana Aikya Vedika was released by Kaloji Narayan Rao, which is the journal name is called as Telangana, to give it to the people. V. Prakash and Sama Jagan Reddy played an active role in the formation of Telangana Aikya Vedika, managed this journal. After the formation of Aikya Vedika, inspired by the meetings held by many intellectuals, students and Telangana activists joined the Telangana movement. So, because of this Telangana Aikya Vedika, more intellectuals, more students, journal gave awareness, meetings happened, people started moving, agitations happened, dharnas happened, people started moving from one center to other center. From Jaladrishyam, the people moved from Jaladrishyam to the Nizam College, from Nizam College to Clock Tower at Secunderabad. The movement was been, the people were been moving. So, This Telangana Aikya Vedika, what it did, it brought the people together. So intellectuals joined, students joined, everyone joined in this particular Telangana Aikya Vedika. Why? Because politics are kept aside, religion is kept aside, caste is kept aside. So whoever aspiring to become the part of Telangana, they joined this Telangana. It adopted. Telangana Aikya raised funds to help financially the families of Telangana activists who committed suicides during 1998-1999. It adopted a drought-struck village, Rayapur, Gattu Mandal in Mahabubnagar district, and supplied them essential commodities who are suffering with drought. When cholera spread in Adilabad district, government was unable to ascertain whether it was a cholera or a gastroenteritis epidemic. At that moment, a fact-finding committee of B.N. Shankar, V. Prakash, Mallapalli Lakshmaya on behalf of the Aikya Vedika visited that place and confirmed as a cholera and submitted report to the collector. This issue was published in the Wall Street Journal with the initiative of B. Janardhan Rao. So the government took proper steps to eliminate the cholera. Means what I want to tell you here is Telangana Aikya Vedika not only for Telangana movement, it also helped the people who are suffering with droughts. Essential commodities were being provided. A drought-prone village was being adopted by Telangana Aikya Vedika. They provided with essential commodities. In Adilabad, there is a confusion whether there is any cholera disease or gastroenteritis disease. These people, they went and found that it is not because of gastroenteritis, a endemic, it is because of cholera, and they submitted the report to the collector. Then the collector took the initiative and worked for the removal of cholera there. So in this way, apart from Telangana aspiration also, they worked for the people of, apart from Telangana issue also, they worked for the development of Telangana Aikya Vedika. Organized many meetings and conferences but couldn't be able to mobilize the Telangana movement into a mass movement. So problem was what? Movement is happening, means Telangana Aikya Vedika is mobilizing, but it is not becoming mass movement. So they want a mass leader. They want a mass leader, a charismatic leader. So that particular leadership is missing in our Telangana movement from 1956. That's true. Marri Chenareddy not a charismatic leader. Never a charismatic leader. P.V. Narasimha Rao not a charismatic leader. Jaishankar not at all charismatic leader. They are intellectuals, that's it. Kodandaram not at all intellectual. The only charismatic leader who created mass awareness, who is responsible for mass movement is KCR. So Telangana Aikya Vedika was searching for a mass leader at that time. Revanth Reddy was, these people, they had opportunity. Revanth Reddy can also be a mass leader because of his skill, oratory skill. He can also become a mass leader. But at that time, they are totally involved in the politics of TDP. So the leaders of Telangana Aikya Vedika felt that only a popular charismatic leader could transform the movement into a mass movement. They approached opposition leaders, so they only approached in State Legislative Assembly N. Janardhan Reddy to lead the movement, but Janardhan Reddy expressed his unwillingness. In 2001, the Deputy Speaker of Andhra Pradesh Legislative Assembly, KCR, criticized the government regarding the electricity problem. KCR appeared as an opportunity to the Aikya Vedika leaders. So Aikya Vedika leaders headed by Jaishankar sir met KCR and explained all problems faced by Telangana. So the people went near merit. The people went near merit. Merit didn't came near the people. They want a mass leader and the mass leader was KCR. They found him and they went and they told, these are all the problems faced by Telangana state, Telangana region. KCR showed keen interest on the problems of Telangana. So the leaders of Aikya Vedika, Jaishankar sir, V. Prakash, Madhusudan Chari trusted KCR and vested to him the responsibility to lead the Telangana movement. After the formation of Telangana Rashtra Samiti, V. Prakash became the spokesperson of it and resigned to Telangana Aikya Vedika, and Telangana Aikya Vedika, complete Telangana Aikya Vedika became or merged into TR. Why? Because what is the reason is, there is a lacune in Telangana Aikya Vedika. What is the lacune is missing of mass leader. And these people went near KCR and KCR told, yes, we will form a party, you people should come and join it, and they joined it. And he was the hope, he was the aspiration. We have to appreciate him. 2001 the party was being formed, and within 13 years he got his achievement. He got his achievement. And within 8 years we can tell. 2001, 2009 on December 9th, Chidambaram told we are going to give the Telangana. 100%, within 8 years he got an achievement, very rare achievement. Jharkhand 50 years, a consistent movement. Ours is not consistent movement. Ours is not ups and downs, never a consistent movement. Consistent movement from 2001. In this way, for that, we have a steering committee, former Vice Chancellor Professor Jaishankar, Keshav Rao, Rapulla Anand Bhaskar, V. Prakash, Rajavardhan Reddy, Satish Kumar, Bhupati Krishnamurthy, Nagara Manjayya, Murlidhar Deshpande, Tejawat, Bellai Nayak, partner organizations in the AK Vedika, Telangana Mahasabha, Telangana Pragati Vedika, Lawyers Forum, Praja Samiti, Praja Parishad, Graduates Forum, Mulki Morcha, Rashtra Sadhana Samiti, Telangana Forum, Liberation Students Organization, Dalit Writers Association, Youth Forum, Jana Parishad, OU Forum for Telangana, Telangana Vichar Manch, Lohi Vichar Manch, Morch, Telangana Bahujan Porata Samiti, Class 4 Employees Forum, Lecturers Forum, Vidyarthi Yuvajana Mahasabha, Dalita Seva Sangam, Samata Vedika, Girijana Vidyarthi Yuvajana Sangam, Telangana Gramina Vikas Manch, Telangana Village Administrative Office Association, Hindi Bhasha Mukti Morcha, Telangana Vishwa Brahmana Sangam, Telangana Teachers Forum. This is all part of Telangana AK Vedika at one single jerk. At single jerk, the complete association, Dalits are there, Girijans are there, teachers are there, class 4 are there, everyone are there. This all joined into, in your PDF, please correct it, 28 it is, both places 28, both are 28, both places 28. I mentioned source also, why? Because not important, but 28, V. Prakash book it is. Because he is a person, spokesperson. In this way, the Telangana Aikya Vedika, this 28 association support means anyone will form a political party. At a single jerk, these all 28 associations gave support to TRS. That is the reason he won within 8 years. Means independently he didn't came. If he came alone and taking all the support would take lot of time. So they want a leader. They searched for a leader, they got a leader, they approached the leader, then the leader told that, okay, I will form it, but you all people should join, then only I will get the confidence, yes, we will join. So TRS political party came into existence. So that is the reason two things should happen. One should be skill, other should be luck. It might be exam, it might be politics, it might be business also. Skill, not hard work. Hard work is outdated in 21st century, not at all hard work. Skill, luck. Skill he had, luck favored. Telangana Aikya Vedika people, they themselves came, please help us, they told. Okay, what I have to help? Please become mass leader. Okay, I will form the Telangana Rashtra Samiti, you all merge into me. Yes sir, they merged. Suddenly a big thing came. A TRS came up with the 28 civil society organizations together, one political party has been formed. Then Bhunagiri meeting. But out of my mind, I will get, today also I am having one doubt, while reading also I got one doubt. From where he got the funds? Funds are important to organize any meeting. See, he was been a ministry of shipping for 1 year. In 1 year he cannot, that much money he cannot earn. Ale Narendra was minister of rural development for some time. He will be making his own money. But this person is only for some time. Then how, from where he got the funds is a very big question mark. Bhunagiri meeting. Why? Because, see, capitalists also will not support him. Why? All capitalists are from Andhra region. No, all capitalists from, not a single capitalist from Telangana region. Then who supported him with money is a big question mark. NRI is not that much seen. All NRIs are employees only. Bhunagiri meeting. A meeting was held on 9th March 1997 at Bhunagiri to elevate the problems of Telangana to the world. writers, poets, artists, teachers and journalists joined to form Sahiti Mitra Mandali and organized the meeting. The meeting venue was named as Nizam Vetireka Poratala Amaravirula Pranganam. The meeting was christened as Dagapadda Telangana, re-christened as. This meeting was inaugurated by Kaloji Narayan Rao. The meeting was attended by more than 40,000. It's a big number at that time for Telangana issue. At that time, calling the people for Telangana issue and the people coming up to 40,000 is a very big thing. Activists from all the districts of Telangana, Bhunagiri meeting received the dormant Telangana movement. The discrimination faced by the culture and language of Telangana, the political and economic suppression of Telangana were discussed in the meeting. Why it is famous? Because for the first time, the huge gathering of 40,000 after 1969 movement, this is the first time. After 1969 movement, this is the first time where we have 40,000 gathering. This had given boosting for Telangana leaders. Intellectuals delivered speeches on the following aspects: education and medical field, Jaishankar; resources of Telangana, industrial pollution, Jadhav; migration employment, Srinivas; Telangana movement awareness, Gaddar by songs; language and culture, Nandini Siddhareddy; social welfare sector, Ganta Chakrapani; reservation, Mattaya; problems of tribals, B. Janardhan Rao. In this meeting, Bahujana Republic Party President K. Satyamurthy demanded the creation of Telangana state. This lady, Belli Lalita encouraged the people to participate in Telangana movement by her revolutionary songs. Belli Lalita, who was an active participant in the Telangana movement, was brutally killed by some anti-social elements, none other than Belli Lalita, who was an active participant in the Telangana movement, who had created awareness about Telangana, was brutally killed by anti-social elements. Naeem, Virat Parvam movie is there? No, now. Her story only. Sai Pallavi, Virat Parvam. It is her story. Belli Lalita. Nargam Anjaya presided over this meeting, which held on 9th March. This is the intellectuals who delivered for the 40,000 people. Big leaders, intellectuals in the Bhuvanagiri meeting. The big meeting after 1969 was Bhuvanagiri meeting. Yeah, that also, at that time only. After that, this is a very, in 1969 movement, after that moment, it is this big. Belli Lalita. She is the one. Virat Parvam. Next, Telangana Mahasabha, we will discuss tomorrow. So, see. TLSO, everyone online? TLSO, Nizamabad meeting, Warangal meeting, Center for Telangana State, in between one more is there. Telangana Udyama Vedikalu, Center for Telangana Studies next. After the Center for Telangana Studies next. Telangana Udyama Vedikalu, others are there, leave it. Then Center for Telangana Studies next. Pragati Vedikalu next. Study for Telangana Studies Forum next. Manjira Writers Association next. Forum for Freedom of Expression next. Siddipeta Conference. Role of next intellectuals. Next what? Role of youth. Then role of intellectuals. In youth, Pranay Bhaskar we discussed about, Gadi Ainaya we discussed about. Then role of intellectuals. Then next one, Mallepelli Rajam Trust. Mallepelli Rajam Trust, only for that song. Next, Telangana Information Trust. Next, civil society organizations. Then mainly big thing is Telangana Aikya Vedika. Telangana Aikya Vedika, 28 civil society organizations merged into it. Then the very big thing happened is Bhuvanagiri meeting. So then we will be discussing individually what are the civil society organizations, Telangana Mahasabha, what they did. It is there, no? Telangana Mahasabha, what they did. What is their contributions? Before merging. Before merging only. Unit 2 is about TRS. Before merging. We will not discuss about TRS. We will discuss only about before merging. So remember the side headings, that is done. So tomorrow we will discuss about civil society organizations one by one. Organization name, one or two important sentences, one or two important points. Okay. And you will have tests also, 3 tests, complementary tests those are, which are not part of test series. Complementary tests are there for section A, for section B, for section C. Thank you.